there was an ambulance, and I thought, like, the pool is in the central remedial clinic, so I thought like it was just somebody being dropped there, and I didn't really pay any attention. But when I got in, I saw that there was no one in the pool, and one of the teachers was there with a group of kids, and she was crying, and some of the children were crying, and this woman, another one of the mums, came over and said that there'd been an accident, and Neve had hit her head in the pool, and she'd been in the water, and they'd been trying to resuscitate her, but she said that she was going to be all right, and I didn't believe it was happening. I thought, it must have been someone else. And I went into, well, I was brought into a room, and Neve was on a table. It was a table for table tennis, and an ambulance man was giving her the kiss of life. She was in her bathing suit, and the ambulance man said that he didn't think that what he was doing was working, and he didn't know if she was alive. And he wrapped her in a towel and carried her out to the ambulance, and I got into the back with him, and they radioed on ahead. They were going to put her on a machine in Beaumont and try to revive her there. But the ambulance man knew, I think. She wasn't breathing, and he just knew. And he said if I wanted to say goodbye to her in the ambulance in case I didn't get a chance at the hospital. And I gave her a little hug. She was freezing cold. And I told her Mammy loved her very much. She just looked asleep. But her lips were gone blue. She was dead. And it happened so fast. Just a few minutes. And I don't think that I have to tell you how hard it was. Between me and Daniel as well. It didn't seem real. At the funeral, I just thought I could go and lift her out of the coffin, and it would be the end of all this. And I don't think that Daniel was, I don't know if he actually blamed me. There was nothing I could do. But he became very busy in his work, just keeping himself. But I was, I was more, I didn't really know what I was doing. Just walking around wanting to, sitting in the house with Daniel's mother fussing all around the place. Just months of this. Not really talking about it, like. But then one morning I was in bed. Daniel had gone to work. I usually lay there for a few hours just trying to stay asleep, really, I suppose. And the phone rang and I just left it. I wasn't going to get it. And it rang for a long time. And eventually it stopped, but I was dropping off again, but then it started ringing again for a long time. And I thought it must have been Daniel trying to get me. Someone who knew I was there. So I went down and answered it. And the line was very faint. It was like a cross line. There were voices, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. And then I heard Neve. She said, "Mammy?" And I said, I just, yes. And she said, she wanted me to come and collect her. I wasn't sure whether this was a dream or her leaving us had been a dream. And I just said, "Where are you?" And she said she thought she was at Nana's, in the bedroom, but Nana wasn't there. And she was scared. There were children knocking in the walls, and the man was standing across the road, and he was looking up, and he was going to cross the road. And would I come and get her? And I said, yes, of course I would. And I dropped the phone and I ran out to the car in just a t-shirt that I slept in. And I drove to Daniel's mother's house, and I could hardly see. I was crying so hard. I mean, I knew she wasn't going to be there. I knew she was gone. But to think, wherever she was, that there was nothing I could do about it. Daniel's mother got a doctor, and I slept for a day or two, but it was... Daniel felt that I needed to face up to Nev being gone, but I just thought that he should face up to what happened to me. He was insisting I get some treatment, and then everything would be okay. But you know, what can that help that? If she's out there, she still needs me. Thank you.